Welcome to our used 2008 Cougar 276 RLS. Starting right in the back and center here, we got your short cord. So that just pulls on out of there, standard 30 amp end. Most campsites will have that. You can just plug straight on in and you're good to go. We also have the ladder here for you so you can get up top, check your seals. Spare tire back here, of course. That light up in the top right corner, I believe we're going to refer to as the scare light once we get inside. Cable and satellite inlet, coax cable plug into there, fire up your TV location. Down from there you're going to find your city water inlet. Water hose to plug into there, pressurize all the lines throughout the unit. Beside that's your freshwater inlet. Same water hose to plug into there, turn on the water, and that'll fill up the freshwater tank. You drain for that tank, just right down here, you can see that little valve there. You open that up and it'll drain itself out. In this corner, as well as the other corner of the trailer, you got the stabilizer jack here. All it does is run down, contact the ground, give it another turn or so to firm it up, and that'll just get rid of any sort of bounce or sway that you see got in the unit right now, just to keep things firm while you're out camping. And this end cap here, if we just kind of pull that off, that screw there as well, it has to get unthreaded. But inside of your back bumper here is going to be a sewer hose. It'll have two little ears on it that match all of the ears on your sewer system down here. So it'll attach the same way where you're just kind of turning this guy off, turning your sewer hose onto it. Gate valves are just kind of a step forward, so you get them both up front here, labeled by these two stickers. So your gray tank in the front, your gray tank is going to be filled for your sinks as well as your shower. Typically going to be your cleanest water, so we'll dump that last. Black tank is going to be filled from your toilet, of course going to be your dirtiest, so we'll dump that first. Up from there is one end of your storage compartment. Little finger latch on the side there holds it open for you. This hose right here attaches in here, so you open that up. And you get the quick connect, so just push that collar back, attach your hose into it, and then you got your hot and cold water there. Up above that is a tank flusher, so you may notice over time after having gone and dumped your black tank, your monitor panel is still reading a third or 2/3, whatever it may be. Typically just some debris inside of the tank hanging between the probes. So what you're going to do is you take your water hose and plug it into there, open up that black valve, turn on the water, and that'll just flush out that tank for you. One end of your propane tanks here. So there's the one tank there. Other side with the same thing. Around front you get a little service light, as well as your docking light. You also have your landing leg control, extend and retract. Right here's just the vent for your battery. So you just want to make sure it's not plugged off. The battery itself is housed inside of this box here. As long as you're plugged into that short cord in the back or your 7-pin into your tow vehicle, that battery will be charging for you. Just open storage otherwise. Other end of your propane tank here. So this is where you're going to find your changeover. So you can see our arrow is currently pointing off to this tank right here. So it's letting us know we're running off of this tank. Up top is actually a little green band. You can just kind of see it. If that were to go red while you got a tank open, it's just letting you know that tank's no longer got any propane in it. You'd switch the changeover to the other side, run off of the other tank while you get this one filled. Other end of your storage compartment. Right, so inside of here you're going to find a whole outer room setup. That'll just tie into your awning. We also have a little service light back here, as well as a power outlet, cable and satellite outlet. Your awning itself is all manual. So you have your little latch right here. So as you can see, you got your little manual latches there. You're just gonna pull that up, undo the arm lock, and then right, so up is unlocked, down for travel. So up, and then you have a little rod that we'll show you in a couple of minutes here. It'll attach into that strap. You're basically just pulling that strap straight out until your awning's fully extended. And then once it is fully extended, you'll be able to see your little quick latches into here. Pull this arm out and you can extend or retract it just to change the pitch of that awning out at the top. Hot water tank right here. Keyway there, you can line that up and pop it on open. Control for turning it on with propane is just inside the unit. Electricity is just down in the bottom corner there. Before you turn it on with either source, you just want to hit that relief valve right there. You should get a little bit of water come out of there. If you don't get any water out, there is a chance it's empty, so you just want to make sure it's full before you fire it up, just so we're not running the risk of burning out our elements. Furnace right here. So if you're ever running your furnace, you just want to make sure it's not blocked off. It does get hot. Service port for your fridge there. GFI protected outlet. Up from there you'll find your stove vent. So of course propane stove is putting off fumes, so you want to make sure this flap here is opened up so our fan inside can evacuate those fumes. Two exterior speakers out here as well. Little T-latch just hooks into the door there, holds it open for you, and then just back to the back of the trailer here. So now we'll make our way inside. Assist handle just up 90 degrees and fall into place, and we can open up our door. For the steps, you're going to grab that handle straight out with it, flip that last one over, and we can step on inside. first things first, right on the left there, we got your fire extinguisher. So that's standard, pull the pin, point, shoot. Up the wall from there, get all of your light switches. The one on the right there, I believe, does your scare light in the back. Center right there does all of our interior lights. Center left is an awning light, and the left, far left, is your porch light. Lights through at the back here, just on their own switches. You'll find kind of these lights throughout the unit where they are just on their own switch. Before you run the slide out, just point out these two chairs. They're in that weird orientation there just because this guy does not fit back there with the slide in. So we got to make sure that that is corrected before moving the slide. Press and hold out, the slide will make its way out. Once that side's fully extended, we're just going to hear some clicks from the motors letting us know they've reached their stall. So in your chair at this point, you could then of course move back to where you'd like it. Get a power outlet back here on either side. Another little light back here. Into the slide out, you have the same sort of light, just open storage across the top. You have your little seating area. The light in the center here, it's push buttons just over on the side. Then you get your dinette there. Dinette light just top and center. Blinds throughout the unit, just sit where you leave them. They are kind of dual, so you have kind of a shade and then you have a darker one. In the kitchen, you get your storage right at the top here. Light above the sink, dual basin sink, hot and cold water, of course. A bit more storage down below it. That guy right there is your LP detector. Propane's heavier than air. It sits on the floor. That guy detects it, starts going off just like a smoke detector would. Above the microwave is a bit more storage. Microwave itself is pretty straightforward, just like home. Range vent, you get a light as well as your fan. This is that fan that you want turned on with that flap outside opened up. For your stove, you're going to turn it up to light, hit it with a sparker, and you can see she fires right up. First time you go to use a propane system, especially if you've been away from the unit for a while, it will take a minute to fire up just because it's going to have to clear out of the propane lines. It's perfectly normal. For your oven, flip it on open. Knob there, press it in the pilot, press and hold. Then right in the back there, again, just as it clears the air out of the lines, that pilot light will get going. Once you get it going, just hold that knob in for another couple of seconds. Then you can release and the flame will hold itself. Turn up to your desired temperature and she fires right up. Once you're done, turn it back down just to pilot. It'll hold just a pilot for you, but if you're traveling or leaving the unit, just to make sure it's right off. Underneath that's your converter. Pull that top and center, it pops on open. Get all of your breakers in the middle here. Whenever breaker break sits in the middle, so turn it off and then back on to reset it. Right side's all of your fuses. Return air for your furnace down here. Then your fridge right above it. Power button on the left. On the right with that button at flush, that's it turning on auto. If AC power is taken away, it'll automatically flip over to gas. If you want it to run just on gas, have that button come out, it'll run just on gas. If that check light comes on, just letting you know it hasn't fired up. At that point, off, back on to reset it. Freezer up top. Fridge down below. Temp selection being just in the top right corner there. Actually, that's been broken off. All right. Storage up top. You can see all the black speakers here, so you do have surround sound speakers. You also have all this pantry space back here as well. Smoke detectors right above our head. Entertainment area, pretty straightforward. You get your remotes here, some storage up top, TV, and right behind the TV. The TV is on a mount, swings out. Right behind it, you're going to find your antenna outlet. Turning that antenna on, just that button there. 12-volt outlet if you're to have a different TV. Whenever you're traveling, you do just want to make sure this guy's strapped down. Stereo underneath it. Storage on either side of it. Up into the bedroom. Lights again, just on their own switches there. Get your shower off to the side, little travel latch there. Standard head and hose, hot and cold water, of course. Your antenna's on this right here, so you just kind of turn that. Great. Sort that out once we're done. All you do is turn that until it's up all the way. Once it's up all the way, it just stops moving. Then you can pull this guy down, kind of turn it, look for your best signal. Whenever you're bringing it back down and going traveling, you want to make sure those two arrows are lined up. Just ensures that the channel it sits inside is lined up correctly. Closet space here. There is a TV backer up here, I believe. Cable and satellite outlet, power outlet. Inside of the bed, you get a little closet space. Right above the bed is into the little reading light. If we pick up the foot of your bed, you get access to a little storage compartment there. You can see that little table in there. Just attaches onto a couple of little hooks on the side of your countertop by the sink. Medicine cabinets, hot and cold water. Fire protected outlet, test on the bottom, reset on top. If you ever have outlets that don't work, it's the first thing you should check. Another little light up there. More storage. Same closet space. Carbon monoxide alarm up on the wall here. That's gonna go another couple of times. Bathroom. So light switch is right on the wall. Flusher on the left side of the toilet. Roof vent straight up. You got that knob that you'll turn to open it up. Switch in the back there turns it on. And then lastly, we'll just go over your thermostat here real quick. So of course, temp selection is just on the side here. For fan, unless you're just looking to move some air around, you'll just leave that in auto. If you're looking to move some air, just of course turn it on, select your high or low fan. Otherwise, just leave that in auto. Cool, select your temperature, auto fan. It'll turn on the air conditioner. With the air conditioner going, you got two different options. You can have this louver here closed, in which case we'll be using all of our ceiling ducting to move the air. Or you can open it up and it just dumps all of its air into the living room here. So when you first get out to your campsite, you want that open, cool off this area as quickly as possible, then close it off to start moving the air throughout. After cooling, we come down into furnace, turn off the air conditioner, turn on the furnace, select your temperature. Furnace moves its air through all your floor registers. Then of course, once you're done, just sliding it up to off, that'll turn everything off, and that's that. So, figure out what this is real quick. Oh, just access to that storage compartment. Simple. All right. Well, that's about it for this unit. If you've got any other questions on it, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.